Where do you go to meet Miss or Mr. Right? Anyone who has never been married, or who is single again and out there in the midst of the jungle of prospective mates, known as the singles scene, will tell you there is not much out there. I spent some long years in that jungle and observed some very strange behavior before making my escape, when I found one of the good ones. In conversations with my single friends, I understand things have not changed much. The big question is still, where do you go to meet nice men or women? Many different options and possibilities are available. Sporting events, work, church, and civic organizations are all popular choices. A number of dating services offer compatible candidates, and of course, there is the internet. Some people feel they have to join something, while others feel comfortable meeting people through friends. These are all good ideas, but not a guarantee. There is no perfect way to meet the right mate. This is not a planned event. It takes stamina, willpower, a good sense of humor, and an awful lot of luck. I'm convinced that when a miracle like this does occur, it is destiny, not the chain letter that promised you good things would happen if you passed it along. I have always felt there is no right answer to this question. It doesn't matter if you are at a ski club, church social, health spa, singles dance, the grocery store, or on a blind date. These folks are hidden everywhere, but you can meet Mr. or Ms. absolutely wrong at any of these places too. Precious time and effort is too often wasted on the weeding out one has to do to find Mr. or Ms. Right. Wouldn't it simplify the whole dating process if people were required to present an application on a first date? A few more than vital statistics, spelled out in black and white, could save time and tears. If their goal, or objective stated something like, looking for my soulmate. Want someone to share fun and games with. Not really interested in a long-term or serious relationship, they would not have to deal with questions regarding the direction of the relationship 3 months later. If it says, I would like to get married someday, you might want to give this one some serious consideration. Marital status is a very important question. If your date checked off divorced, pay attention to the line that asks, if yes, state reason. It wasn't my fault, is not a good answer. There also needs to be a little box to indicate how many times he or she has been married and or divorced. Look for a pattern. Likes and dislikes, as well as hobbies, are imperative, and should be listed. For instance, if she kept you waiting for over an hour and you admire promptness, this woman is not for you. If he loves to dine out and you hate to cook, this could be a match made in heaven. If one of you enjoys weekend getaways in the mountains and the other lives for golf, skip dessert, and go home early. Either party should feel free to ask questions about any topics that seem evasive, like name, address, and home phone number. Work numbers and email addresses are fine, but the home number is the one you need to know. The importance of subjects like occupation and income varies, but should be mentioned. Previous experience would be most helpful. If it runs on to the next page, she may not be such a great candidate. References should be given, and don't be afraid to check them. Another way to gather information you need is to conduct a subtle interview during the course of the evening. This can be used alone, or in conjunction with the information provided. Do not bombard him or her with questions. Wait for an opening in the conversation and drop little hints. Be a good listener. Take mental notes. Actually, there is a lot out there. There are many wonderful and interesting people who would like to find someone to share their hopes and dreams with. There are also a lot of people who aren't really looking for a serious relationship. This doesn't make someone a bad person, just a bad choice for a long-term commitment. While the idea of presenting an application on the first date could be a huge help in finding the man or woman of your dreams, it does have one big drawback. Some people lie on their application,